Alright guys, we've made it to the top of the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and there is our look at Star Wars Land today. Last week, we said, hey, look at all that dirt. That's a big ass pile of dirt. And it still is. So the conversation for the past week has been, why is that such a huge pile of dirt? And what does that mean? And I got a few responses. Ian, you said that's just where it goes right now.
Yeah, I think it's just temporary.
Just temporary?
So they can have access to the river.
That's exactly where it goes right now. Look at that aisle that they made. It's beautiful.
I don't think that's where it goes right now. Well, I think Ian is right in one sense. That's not where it's going to stay.
Yeah, it's temporary.
Now somebody else said that's how they compact it. They use all the weight of the dirt to compact the dirt to make it more
dense.
Okay.
Which it would do that.
Correct.
But I don't think that's why they do that.
Yeah.
They've got machines for that.
Right.
You can yeah. So I don't think that's it. I want to run this by you, Fresh Bake. The idea that we've heard about for Star Wars Land was that you're not going to be able to see it or hear it from anywhere in the park.
Right.
That it, for all intents and purposes, Star Wars Land is going to be its own universe, its own land,
Right.
separate from everything else. We know about the berms, and the purpose of a berm around the whole park was to sort of obscure the park
Right.
so that you couldn't see out, and so people couldn't see in, right?
Yes.
But that berm is what? Maybe 8 feet high?
Oh, we saw it before when the trees were. It was taller than that.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
12, 15?
Sure.
Okay. How big a pile do you think that is?
Significantly larger.
Significantly larger is the correct answer. That's good. That's what that is, in my understanding. That is the perimeter. It's not. They had to bring in all that dirt to create a berm, quote unquote, a berm big enough to surround the entire land. All along the rivers of, especially along the rivers of America.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be 5 waterfalls.
Ooh.
5.
5.
Like, how gorge is that going to be?
5 waterfalls. Now, imagine you can't get a proper waterfall.
No, now it's tall enough.
Not if it's a 12-foot berm or a 15-foot berm, right?
It needs to be big.
You need a big ass pile of dirt
Yeah.
to make a proper waterfall. So imagine all that dirt lining the river right here. So try to imagine, you guys, that something of that height or close to it running along the length of the rivers here where we used to see the old berm.
Which you'll note has been leveled off.
Which, by the way, yes, the river, that berm is now gone completely. Looks, you know what? Let's go downstairs a little bit. They've reduced the berms because last week you couldn't see through to where the river is. There's the river right there. As it made us turn around Tom Sawyer's Island, you can see the planters there. That's where we used to be able to see straight through New Orleans Square. The berm is now gone temporarily, you figure, right?
Oh, yeah, temporarily.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's just so that they could get stuff in and out of there.
And probably even eventually get the railroad tracks back there.
Railroad tracks are, Now, a lot of the things that we're going to be seeing put in are all prefabbed. They're already built. They just got to bring it in and put it down. Wow. Yeah, so this is all flattened out. You can kind of, wow, I just cannot, so much stuff is gone. Devastation.
Also, that section of berm gone, it should give you a better, clear idea of where the end of the island is.
Well, right there.
For people who still weren't totally clear on it.
Like me.
You can see, no, that's the end of the island.
That's
right?
the end of the island. You know what's funny, because you can't really, I don't know what that is. Like, what's on that island right now behind those trees?
A little further past it is the fort and the path behind the fort. Those are
Like the little graveyard?
Yeah.
So those trees right there
are
probably
just past the graveyard.
just past the graveyard. Okay. So what's missing is the settler's cabin,
Yeah.
and all that.
Cabin.
Yeah. Okay. Now the other thing I want to talk about while we're here is that a lot of buzz going on about the Skyway Chalet, and I don't know if I got that in frame or not because I can't see as usual. Let me see here. Where are you? There. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
It's still there. People are saying, oh, they filed permits to demo it. And then other folks are saying, well, why did they just paint it then?
Other people then responded saying that wasn't paint, that was what was underneath.
Yeah, I don't think that's paint. Why would they paint
It
it?
was essentially what was underneath the old paint.
Yeah, there's no reason to paint that thing.
So,
So I guess they are going to take down the Skyway cabin. All right, whatever. Frankly, I'm not that attached to it. I think it would be cool if we kept it for some reason. Does that upset you at all? They tear down the Skyway?
I was just watching, what was it? Those like shorts, the Pixar shorts that Netflix has.
Yeah.
And then I was watching stuff about Walt online or whatever, and then, I don't know, dude, I will always stick to his reminder of like, has imagination died? Can anybody tell me that?
No.
Okay, so then can you let Disneyland continue?
And I will ask you this question, the thought experiment that I had brought up a while back. Do you imagine that Pirates of the Caribbean, for example, will be exactly the same in 100 years?
Not at all.
Can you get it right?
I bet you anything, Davy Jones will be gone. He's not going to be what we've seen.
Change is going to happen.
Right.
So.
And I will have to accept that.
Yeah.
Dude, they might even get rid of my favorite pirate, that hangs on to the cannon at the end. Like, that would really upset me. But you know what? Is imagination dead?
No.
Okay, so.
Well, what about you, Ian?
Not too much.
And
I think it's a matter of just holding on to the essence of what the thing is.
The essence?
What at its core makes that thing great, and if you change things around it.
Right. Then that is up to today's Imagineers, though.
Yeah.
To hold that spirit
as well.
But they did a pretty good job over there at Shanghai, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they did.
Those bastards.
And I still dance to Paint the Night in my room on a regular basis.
That's not a fail. No, it's not. All right, so there you go, guys. That's our current state of Star Wars Land. Lots of dirt. Imagine 5 waterfalls along the river. Imagine a river with a trellis or trestle. I always get those confused. There's video out there back when the old mine train ride, when it used to be on a trestle, and it's going to look like that again. That is what I'm really geeked out about, is seeing that trestle again, being able to go over a bridge like that.
Just riding the train again.
That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. You're right. That'll do. All right, who wants to go to Disneyland? So let's observe first, Ian, that the tunnel has still survived. There it is. There's a tunnel.
There's no permit for that construction yet.
No permit for that yet, right? But the berm or whatever, the dirt pile that was alongside of it is gone.
Yes.
They've removed that dirt, and you can kind of get a perspective. There's just so much dirt back here now. So Ian, what do you see here? If we're just gonna walk straight through there?
I think it's more likely.
Or is it gonna be from over here? Kind of like a left turn?
I'm not sure.
I think it's gonna be a left turn. I think you're gonna walk down the trail a little bit, and you can go left at that trail or go right to Fantasyland. And then that's gonna take you, good heavens, that's gonna take you to Star Wars Land?
It could.
How is that gonna take you to Star Wars Land? All right, let's go check out our little knothole that they put in there just for us, as we all know. Bogus. Well, you can't really see the big dirt from the knothole. I could probably tilt just to the left a little bit, but that's it. I can't see the big hole or the big dirt from the knothole. And I can almost get a sense that the river, not the river, why do I keep thinking river? The train?
Yeah?
Is that gonna...
It's gonna what?
Where's that train gonna run? Because remember, the train takes a kind of a sharp right.
Yeah.
The train takes a sharp right.
Right.
And it cuts straight across, all the way across Big Thunder.
Yeah. Well, they've left that tunnel that connects to where Toontown goes.
I don't think that's what that is, though.
I think that one's far enough.
I've been told that's cast member.
Because there's one we can only see from the structure, but that one's far enough back that could also be the one that would be going behind the old ranch. So
yeah.
That's where that would be.
Same track, you think?
I think that's the one where it might connect. I'm not sure how, but it's still there.
I wish I could see the big dirt from here. That train's gonna be pretty close by, I think.
Yeah. It's gonna have to.
Why is there one lonely bulldozer there? That almost feels like where that dirt is now is where the waterfall will be. Oh, you're right. What am I talking about? I always feel like the river's on my. Is gonna. Yeah. I always forget it's on the left. The river's on the left. So well, it doesn't have to go along the river, does it?
Part of it will. Not. I feel like that hill is where part of Star Wars Land has used as show building. It's probably going to be where that aisle is now, right?
Okay. Well then,
where
okay.
Show building would go.
All right. How about this then?
What?
Does that look like about the size of the hill that you would have to in order to get a waterfall?
Yeah, maybe a little bigger than that.
Even bigger, you think?
I think that currently as it is, since you're at a lower perspective anyways, is probably bigger than it would need to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you're on the boat, whether it's the Mark Twain, the Fundia, or the train, you're going to be looking up at it.
Now the concept art only showed one waterfall though.
It showed a couple.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It showed several.
Because I'm told 5. Maybe not 5 big ones.
That sounds about right. 5 total.
Okay. All right, that's gonna do it from the Big Thunder Trail. Let's go.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Star Wars Land updates from the Knothole Gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked by joining our Patreon campaign or by buying a Fresh Baked t-shirt. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!